And welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. It's Friday. TGI, thank God it's Friday. I'm sure everybody's waiting for the weekend. Glad to have everybody here. We got the whole crew with us. We got, let's see here. We got Dr. Finn.
Pew pew.
Pew pew indeed. Grim the Mechanic.
Wasabi.
Wasabi to you. Stanley Red.
Hello there.
Hello there. I think the French Tickler Grande Patron was there somewhere.
He said he'll be back.
Oh.
There he is.
Of course, there he is. We got from Battlefront Vincili.
What's going on?
And, of course, our guest. He's just come on. I don't like him to be on, but he just pops in whenever he wants. No, I made that up. Comb Cobra.
I do what I want.
That's right. And
he must not be regular. That's why.
Yeah.
When work lets me, I'm a regular. Maybe I should tell work I need to be on more often.
And the Stoner Jedi from Toke Down Games just joined us too.
Oh well, hello, Stoner Jedi.
Oh my God.
Is he there?
Yeah, what's
Xylo?
going on, guys?
There he is.
How y'all doing today?
We're doing good. What's going on with you?
Get you a hermit.
Just a little sore after the TW, bro.
I think Grande's coming to join me today after Territory Wars.
Yeah, I might go a little hippity hop.
Did Xylo just say he was sore after TW today?
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing?
Yeah.
What the hell does MC do for Territory Wars?
Dude, hey, if Ranger can tell you, I'll stay away from that one.
I don't understand. I don't. What do you mean?
Do you get like a hand job for every win or something?
And for every loss, you have to give one.
Let me tell you this. If you're sore after a TW, you're doing it wrong. That's all I know. You're doing it wrong if you're sore afterwards.
You got a nasty.
No, I'm just saying, I'm sore after TW.
We're not nasty. We're confused as to why you're sore.
Yeah. What happened to you in Territory Wars?
Because it sucked.
He needed a little bit.
Well-
he needs a little bit of preparation, ain't?
Yeah.
Lotion is your friend.
Yeah, man.
There are those times when you get beat so bad in Territory Wars that the opponents don't even have the courtesy of a reach around. So that might be why you're sore.
We're making this whole stream. Let's start over.
Yeah, okay. So.
Not the mature channel.
So.
Let's start with introductions again.
Good Lord.
Part due.
I know it's outside. We're gonna probably lose a full clear, which sucks. But they cleared us. We cleared them. I think they're gonna win, Xylo. I'm looking at the math. I don't think after we clear these last three teams that we're gonna win.
Well, we'll see.
Because if I do the math in my head, I think we're just barely gonna lose, and it happens.
Carry the one,
Mhm.
and math is hard.
So it came down to the wire. So and it's happening. I mean, the guild we faced was really good. I think they're a China guild or a Japanese guild. Do you know, Xylo?
I'm not sure, but dude, they had a lot of trays.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. I did not have a good territory war. I only won like 3, I think. Oh God, it was brutal. A couple teams I went in there, I was like, oh my. I cleared 1 or 2 of them. I'm like, oh.
I got 2 of mine force closed on me. I started the battle, one with Night Sisters and one with Resistance, and it was just super laggy. And a minute into it, after almost no attacks, the tablet just closed.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, but that being said, holy moly in the Froholy.
We're winning, so we'll take the win for you guys.
I think it's going to be a close loss for us, which is, it happens if both teams clear. Just he was a little bit more efficient, and I thought we were being more efficient than they were. But I mean, it comes down to like that kind of stuff. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, the next time you face a bunch of trays, it's just a learning experience.
Well,
so.
I think so too. I mean, it's just
Did you see the Infus Nest?
No, I didn't see any Infus Nest or anything like that. But it was a lot of Triz. It was a lot. I mean, they basically, it was we were evenly matched.
The war actually started before Infus Nest came into the game, so no one could have her.
Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah.
This sign up phase or whatever you call it.
Right. So it is what it is. So that being said, Dr. Finn, what are we doing today?
So first off, we'll do two things here. So we'll do the roster review here in a second.
What roster review?
So I had it in the chat, and it's freaking in the Discord.
Well, I thought we were not doing any of that stuff today because you said something else.
That's the other. We always do a roster review. Oh my god.
Hey, real
you totally contradicted yourself.
Ranger leaves for a week and just forgets everything we do.
No, Finn, you totally confused the heck out of us.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the roster review because of the second thing.
The roster review is in the Skype chat, so we're going to do a roster review. But then we try to do something other than the roster review for fun during the stream, besides questions and answers. Ranger will do his... You said your Galactic War, though, right, Ranger?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, that you said you were going to do yesterday. Oh,
I lied.
All right. So... This is start between the start of the stream and having to rutabaga the entire thing and this is going swimmingly. Okay, so we're going to do the roster review, and then today is going to be non-game question Friday. So if you guys have questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, make sure that you guys come tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Jedi Academy, and we'll be answering all of your questions there for 2 hours. But today we are doing non-Galaxy of Hero questions, non-game questions. So any questions you have about things that are going on, any questions you have about us, which we may or may not answer, just so you guys know, but just questions that you guys have, put them in the chat. Sanely will collect them. We'll answer them at the end. In particular, if you guys want, I've been having fun watching the J.R. Smith play from yesterday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should look it up. So get those questions into the chat. But in the meantime, we're going to do the roster review of Bing and KC, and he is in the chat with us.
Right. He's
no questions,
Bing.
No questions.
Old dirty bastards.
No, Bing is the only exception because we're doing his roster review.
Right. All right. So what is Bing looking for?
Okay. So he's looking for suggestions for the Heroic Sith raid. So his guild is working on getting to Heroic Sith. So he's looking for suggestions for teams. He's also looking for suggestions on his fleet. He said he's able to get number 1, but with the change in fleet, he wants to know what ships he should consider working on next with whatever meta shift there may be coming. He said he thinks his mods are pretty good, but he would love to get Grande's feedback on his mods. And lastly, he has a Zeta available. So he was thinking about either Mother Talzin or Asajj Ventress lead, or potentially the second Zeta on BB-8 or Jedi Training Rey. So he's not sure where to put his Zeta. So we'll kind of go in order, and we can start with teams for Heroic Sith.
Well, he's got the JTR team locked in, so that one's a good team.
Yeah.
The other team is the Czechs next team, and I'm not seeing. He's gonna have to get his Han Solo up to Tier 12 with the bayonet for that to work. So that's one of your priorities. Got CLS. Who else? I don't see Death Trooper anywhere. Okay, he's Gear 9 Death Trooper. We're going to have to get him up to at least Gear 11.
PAL,
but if he doesn't even begin PAL, who's another option for him? Anakin's a good one, and I think I saw his Anakin. No, I did not. So...
And his Chirrut is Gear 10, which is fine if you can get him up higher.
Gear 11. You got to get him to Gear 11.
Yeah. You could use Rex instead of Chirrut also, but it's just more RNG because you got to get the Isolate to hit Rex instead of anyone else. So it's a little bit of an extra hassle if you have to do that.
Let's
go. Anakin is Gear 7.
Let's just look over his team.
With PAL, by the way, the RNG is way easier to get it off and save you some time with PAL instead of Anakin.
He doesn't have PAL. Like, I don't even see him on the list. He doesn't have
It's an easy farm, though. Real easy farm.
Well, it's not going to help him now because they're getting ready to start Heroic Sith. So he can work on him, but he's not going to get him for the next couple months.
And here's his Zetas, just so you guys can look at his roster a little more in depth. So he's got Roll the Punches, he's got Binds All Things, he's got Outbleed, he's got Finn, he's got Veers, he's got Ebb and Flow, Great Han, Crew Lead, no unique though, double R2 Zeta, and then JTR Lead.
So I'm looking at his first order team. His first order team looks really good for this. He's got to get Kylo Ren to gear Unmasked to gear 11. I didn't hear. Does he have him Zetaed at all? I don't think.
Only the lead.
No, that's okay. Get Scarred. That's a good one to have. But he has Kylo Ren Unmasked. First order TIE Fighter. First order TIE Pilot is gear 12. Executioner's gear 11. Officer's gear 11. So he could go either finish up Kylo Ren, regular Kylo Ren, or he could go with First Order Stormtrooper and get him to gear 11 and, just let your Executioner do all the work. So that's what you need to do for your First Order team. If you're going to use First Order Stormtrooper, you need to get the Zeta on him because he makes that team rock and roll. But you've got some pieces here for the First Order team. And then if we look at the other team that you can use for Phase 4, which is, of course, is the Night Sisters. Another good one. It got some work to do. Saj is gear 9. Daka, Talzin 6 stars. Taka 7 stars, but only gear 8. Those Mother Talzin. Acolyte's only 5 star. Zombie's only 4 star, but you can skip Zombie and go like Tali or something. You could go OG Night Sisters, but he's got a lot of work to do on the Night Sisters as a team, possibly for another phase. So far he's got some of the pieces, from what I can gather, for Heroic Sith. He's got enough he could probably get by with the Chex Mix team. You're going to have to get a couple of those characters, like, let's look at his troopers real quick. That'll be the last two that usually people run.
He's got gear 10 Veers.
Yeah, you're going to have to get them to gear 11.
With the Zeta on the leadership. So.
Yeah, so get him to gear 11, get these other guys to 11. That's another solid team you can use in there. So Stark's he's 7 stars, but he's only gear 7. Snowtrooper's only gear 8. And trust me, I know how gear Snowtroopers are.
Stun cuffs for days.
Yeah, so...
Almost, I mean, probably, just as bad as Greedo. Those stun cuffs, man. Those stun cuffs.
Could be.
But Troopers is another team you can put together and do. So Night Sister needs some work. Troopers need a little bit of work, especially Death Trooper for the Chex Mix team. You can use Magma, but he's not even close. Stormtrooper, you can substitute him in. Magma. First Order's right there. So you're on the right path with your characters and stuff. So for teams, you've got the JTR team, you've got the other pieces here and there. He's got to get them all. Focus on those and finish getting them up. It's basically gear, it looks like. There's a couple that need to finish their farms, but it's basically gear I'm seeing. Gear levels, which it is what it is, man. Trust me, we all know about the gear crunch. Certain characters especially are going to be a pain in the ass, but just pick a couple that you really need. Death Troopers one I'd get up at priority, so would be Crew. So you have that First Order team that you can use in Phase 2. You can use JTR Phase 1, Crew Phase 2, checks on 3, and you get your Night Sisters going. You use your Night Sisters and your Troopers, in some capacity in Tier 4. That would be what I would recommend. Anybody else seen anything else on just the team makeups?
How's his Bounty Hunters look? That's a team they'll work in Phase 2, and it could possibly do decent in Phase 4.
They're gear 8, gear 7, 4 7 stars. He has... Dengar's 5 stars, Zam's 5 stars as well, so that not a possibility.
He doesn't have her either, does he?
What's that?
He doesn't have Hermit Yoda either, does he?
No.
So that's a good team to stick in with like GK and Leia in Phase 2 for some really good damage. It's, other than Hermit Yoda, the rest of the characters aren't hard to get.
Oh, we just got $5 from Paul Morgan. He said, felt like giving you guys a $5 till my roster review comes up. Working on an Ewok team in First Order for now. Those are good teams to work on.
Nice, thank you.
Thank you for the $5, Paul. Very much appreciated.
You ready to talk about mods?
Yeah, go for it. I think we've covered the teams in depth.
I think he needs to farm more speed mods with speed secondaries. And there's a couple of mods he could change around, maybe OG Han mods a little bit. Put that on one of his arena team members. He's got a few mods he could swap around, but I see when I dive into the character why he did it. He did it to keep the set bonuses. I can kind of understand it. But he's effectively, if he wants to continue to run JTR, he's going to need more speed with speed set bonus. That's really kind of how I see it. His mods are decent. He just got to farm more of them. Anybody else seen anything else on there that looks anything differently? Plus, he's going to have to learn how to play that team differently with all the Treyas coming.
Is he farming Hermit Yoda or Wampa?
I'm assuming one of the two, yeah. But
So has he got one unlocked or anything?
Yeah, he's got Wampa at 5-star gear 7.
okay.
It's not bad, yeah.
So for phase 3 with the Chex Mix team, as you're doing that, so for that one, I always look at your offense secondaries because you want to slow Han Solo. You have a lot of plus offense that are triple digits. So you have like 101 and above, up to a 175 plus flat offense, which you'll want on your characters for your Chex Mix team. The thing I am not seeing, though, is a lot of high plus offense values on crit damage set mods, which you're going to want, especially on your Han Solo. Your other characters, your non-Han Solo characters for your Chex Mix, they just need plus offense and preferably an offense set, which you also don't have a lot of, especially with flat offense secondaries. So not something you really need to work on. But when you're looking at how to mod your characters for different phases, for phase 3 with your Chex Mix, you want to make sure you're hitting specific speeds in order to get your turns going correctly. But then also for your Han Solo, you want to make sure you have a crit damage set with as much flat offense as you can get, so he's doing the most damage when he's counterattacking during the entire Deathmark standalone phase. So just something else that potentially you can farm as well. Make sure you're also leveling up flat offense secondaries too.
Ships. He wants us to talk about ships.
Yeah, so he said he's getting number 1 in ships, but he wants to know where he can go with regards to just to make sure he can plan for any potential meta change. So what ship should he focus on now as ships is kind of changing?
Well, he's got a 7-star Chimera and a 7-star Home 1, a 6-star Executrix, and a 6-star Endurance.
He should be able to get those.
Yeah, he's got the ships to do them.
If he just plays every month, right?
Work on Slave 1. His Slave 1's only 4-star.
Yeah, that's a priority.
Level 60.
So is Scimitar, only 5-star.
I would still finish Reaper. His Reaper is 6-star.
Oh, yeah.
I would still finish off Reaper. Reaper is really good still off reinforcements. Not a starting lineup ship anymore, but great purpose off of reinforcements. So still finish Reaper.
How are Geos plus Home 1?
Sunfac is 7-star, Geo Soldier is 7-star, Geo Spy is 5-star.
Yeah.
So I still feel like that Sunfac and Biggs are going to be big, no pun intended, for ships. There's only one guy on my fleet that I can't beat right now, and he's running he runs Sunfac in the front, under a Tarkin lead, and then he has Biggs as a reinforcement.
What about his first order? How are they looking?
Command is 7-star. Silencer is 7-star. Let's see. Special Forces is 4-star, which I'm not too concerned about. But then his first order TIE Fighter is 7-star with a gold pilot.
Okay. You gotta get that Special Forces up. That dude, Special Forces, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's still kind of far away on that one.
Just gotta sacrifice, iron gear for a little bit. That's all you gotta do.
All right. Anything else on ships?
No, it looks like
good.
he has most of the
Yeah,
ships.
looks pretty solid.
Most of the
I'm
ships
not.
that might become meta. TIE Advanced, you have to finish too. He's 6-star, so finish him.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Honestly, if we're trying to do strengths and weaknesses, he really needs to become a little bit more consistent in regular arena. I'd like to see his average over 50, if at all possible. It means he's getting more credits and more crystals, and I'd like to see him in that top 20 if we could.
So the reason he didn't ask for Arena is because he's getting ready to switch over to an Emperor Palpatine team. So he's already working on the Arena side. He's switching out of Jedi Training Raid to Emperor Palpatine. He's working on that squad right now. So he kind of knows where he needs to go for that after listening to us, he said.
Unfortunately, though, I get a feeling we're going to see EP fall by the wayside here soon, though, especially with Emphas Nest.
She's not going to change anything in Arena.
No, she's...
Could we get a character that's a little bit easier to gear? That girl is so freaking easy to gear.
I know, right? Have you seen her gear 11?
Yeah, but she's so fast, and under Rex, I mean, good God, that team is... I went up against that team with my EP team, and usually I don't have a problem with Rex teams, but that one I couldn't beat.
You do Rex, Wampa, Thrawn, Infist, and Scion. And you just sit there.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't beat it.
All right, I think that Bing, if you have more questions, you know what to do. Come into our Discord, and then of course we will help you with any questions you have. That's what we're here for. That's what we live to do.
If you have any questions at all, make sure you come into our Discord and at RangerJ1999. He is always there to help you with your questions.
Unless you mess up your name, then it's Grande Patron, the French Sickler at Discord.com.
That's right.
Yeah, Bing's good people. I like him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, all right. So that being said, I think
Sanely, do you want to make the announcement that we were talking about? You want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Apparently, on Arnold and Cubs fan Han's new podcast / live stream yesterday, they announced that apparently the 8 attempts for hard nodes is going to be rolled back to 5. At least that's what happened to their dev accounts. Well, not dev accounts, their test accounts. And but they have no idea, when exactly that'll happen. And of course, this has not been officially confirmed yet. So take it with a pinch of salt.
I doubt they would make an announcement. I could just see coming into the game one day and whoops, we're back to 5 with no announcements at all. It wouldn't shock me at all.
I don't know how true that is. I mean, that's interesting that it happened on their dev accounts, but it could have just been a misstep. Who knows?
Well, they said it was going to be a limited time, and
yeah, they did.
I'm surprised it's lasted as long as it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was just for that double XP weekend.
When we went from 3 to 5 attempts, they said it was going to be temporary too, but it was permanent.
Maybe they'll go from 8 to 3.
Maybe they'll go from 3 to 1.
And then they'll go from 8 to 1.
It's like ships.
You can do one hard note a day. You're welcome.
And for all new people, your final Phase 6 on light side, dark side territory battle is going to be all Lobots.
Lobot.
And while we're at it, take out the $20 Vader pack for the new guys too. Screw it.
God, I'm sick and tired of seeing that thing.
Oh, me too. I'm about ready to buy it just to get rid of it.
You're gonna buy it to get rid of it.
There's no timer on it. That's why it's gonna be there forever.
And just to trigger everyone, when the ship PVE board drops, it's gonna be year 3 versus 5.
Oh my gosh!
I'm really pushing for a 1v1 campaign. Let's do it.
I won't hold those capital ship. I'm telling you, just light speed through everything and win.
Oh yeah, then
Underestimate the power of the Death Star. And it's like, and you got Emperor Palpatine as the crew leader, and he's like all by himself, right? Friggin' the Death Star has like 40,000 people on it, but it's gonna be how many crew members are needed for the Death Star? Well, just Emperor Palpatine, because he can run that crap by himself. But Cassian needs 3 dudes, including the one dude that's a pilot, but not really a pilot, Bodhi Rook.
They'll bring release a new character, the Death Star Ray guy who's firing, pulling the handle. He'll be the new character added in game.
Stormtrooper Gary.
Daniel Morgan says 2 things which are interesting. First one is that the video is down now, which is true. I just clicked on the link, and that the podcast from yesterday isn't available on YouTube anymore. The second thing is Nathaniel Morgan said he really wants to hear Ranger rant if it goes down from 8 to 3. I kind of do too.
Trust me, if it goes down from 8 to 3, you will hear all of us ranting.
Yeah, we will go ballistic. But I don't think they'll go 8 to 3. It'll be 8 to 5, which they said this was temporary, so there's really not much I can rant about because they did say that was.
But they said the 5 was temporary too.
And it went up. It changed from 5, so they weren't wrong.
We'll see, but I mean, specifically cool with 3. To that, yeah, I don't have a problem if they take it back to 5.
There's plenty of hard node characters to farm right now.
It's nice to have the option to go for 8, though.
It is.
Yeah. It is.
It's worth the 50 crystal refresh too. So, all right. I think that covers everything. So, now it's time for non-Galaxy of Hero questions. Do you have the questions ready for us, Sanely?
Yep.
All right. Let's get to it.
Okay, Mr. Pennypinch question, is it safe to say, Xylo, your new name is Xylo Reach Around? Just kidding, I love you, brother.
Wow.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Well, to be fair, he walked into that one.
He named his, it's now Xylo Tote Down, and he came in the channel, and the first thing he said was, I'm really tired.
No, I'm sore from territory war.
I'm sore from territory war.
My dear God in heaven.
It's all right. It's all right. Ranger keeps him up all night. You know how that is.
Glad you get a whole weekend away from us, Silo.
No,
some people like the abuse. They pay a lot of money for that.
Okay, well, this is Rutabaga territory again. Next question.
Damn it, Finn, you caught me. Say something.
I know. I feel like
about to say something, and then Finn's like, oh.
Next question.
Daniil Papayas, Xylo Pork Down.
Awful, all of you. Next question.
Ski Trooper question, around the corn, what is your favorite Ranger impression?
Yoda or Harry Carey, easily.
Harry Carey for me, hands down.
I'd say Arnold.
I mean, it's tough. He's got like 6 million.
This is a recent one. I like the one when he was impersonating Sylvester Stallone in The Karate Kid.
Yes.
It's crazy, I'm just saying. You say wax on, wax off. I'm not not feeling it. It's just used like an uppercut or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Bane might be the most spot on out of all of them. They're all great, but Bane is like.
I heard my name called. It's a great day.
Yes, Bane.
Heroes.
It's so good.
Oh goodness.
Bill Cosby.
I haven't done the Bill Cosby in a while because I've been putting the pill in the pudding, and now I'm going to the jails. Next question.
Nathaniel Miller, question, where are you from and where are you these days? I.e., for me, that would be South Dakota and Texas, respectively.
We're in South Dakota.
Just point to South Dakota. It's somewhere in there.
I spent some time in Rapid City, South Dakota.
For me, I'm from Minnesota and I still live in Minnesota.
Well, yeah. So for me, I grew up in Texas. Last couple years of high school, we moved all over. Where am I at now? Atlanta, Georgia. Grande's in Texas, born and raised. On a playground where he spends most of his days.
I didn't location.
Mr. Roboto Grande.
Grande's in a part of Texas without good internet.
What?
Called prison.
I didn't want to say prison, but Van Seal said it anyway. There you go.
I'm in the witness.
We can tell.
Yeah, apparently you're giving too much information, Grande. They're cutting you off.
Yeah, I was going to say, Vancel, they have better Wi-Fi in prison than most of us have in the real world.
Yeah, you know.
Probably. You just have to share the computer, though. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Who
That's
else?
the smartphone.
Let's see. Grim, you're at where? You're in...
Well, I grew up in Arizona. I lived in Texas for quite a long time. Lived in Dallas, Texas for, what was it, like 6 or 7 years, and then I moved to New Mexico.
Do I sound better now?
That's where I'm at now.
Yes, we can hear you now, Grande.
I live in a van down by the river.
Grande Farley.
Hola, mi amigos.
jacket,
Mi amo Grande Matt Foley.
Nosotros viven con el Rio Grande.
See, Finn could be David Spade, and Tits could be...
No, thank you.
What's her name?
What the hell? No, stop making me David Spade. Shut the hell up.
And Finn's in Florida, I know that. Oh, you're not from Florida originally, are you, Finn?
No, I was...
India.
Well,
He's from India.
shut the hell up, Grande.
Jeez.
Just because he does an amazing poo does not mean he's from India, okay?
Oh, no, how dare you, sir, say something of that nature.
I was born near Pittsburgh, and then I moved down to Florida.
By
Oh,
way of
shit.
Bangladesh.
Well, okay, was that
Shut your
Kermit or
filthy
Kermit?
hole,
I'm
you white
confused.
racist supremacist
It is
person.
both. Kermit and Apu sound the same in my culture.
Oh, do not touch the slippery machine, Grande.
Yeah, you got rutabaga. God dang.
What?
I can't be rid of bacon when he's Indian.
Making fun of Finn just a little bit, but we make fun of him too much. It really starts to annoy me.
No, it doesn't. You started, Grande.
Damn it, Grande.
No, I started it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Like, Grande's in there trying to cast shadows on us when he started it. You
thought
guys
brought
shouldn't
it
do
up.
that. Even though I did. You shouldn't do it. It's bad.
It's
So
bad. It's very
I've
bad.
lived in different parts of... Well, so... Let's see. I've had a couple years where I lived in New York, a couple years where I lived in St. Martin, side of the country, and then the rest of the time was in Florida in different areas once I was 4.
That's a lie. You spent 2 weeks in Texas.
I'm not talking about weeks, Grande. Fine, I also spent 2 weeks in Hawaii for a vacation. What the hell?
Yeah.
Who did you say hey to be Maso?
Oh, wow. That's bad, Matthew. So why doesn't Finny fix Grande's internet connection?
Yeah.
Because no one can understand
let's see,
customer support when you call him.
Let's see, Vincelli.
Hell hath no fury like Grande's internet connection, let me tell you.
Vincelli, you're in California,
It's a play
right?
on...
Yeah, somewhere. California.
LA region.
Somewhere. California.
Let's see. And then, Stanley, you're in where?
I already said Minnesota.
In Minnesota. Hey, that's right. You're up there with MJ, eh?
You can hear it when he says soda. Soda?
Soda? Well, don't you know?
I don't even know that I have an accent.
No, actually.
Yeah,
So
you know.
Saibo.
And
What about
Krogdorp is in
Cooktown?
North Carolina, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, there you
North
go.
Kakalaki.
To be more
Kakalaki.
specifically, so if you ever seen Andy Griffith's show, I actually live in that freaking town.
I was going to go visit there at some point just for the show.
There you go.
Oh, please don't. Then we have like 30,000 people come twice a year, and it crowds up this. Like the town's like 8,000 people. Then all of a sudden, 30,000 people are in it. I don't even leave the house. It's terrible. Please don't come to Indy. I'll send you pictures of the bronze Andy statue.
The bronze statue of Andy?
Yeah.
I'll come during the non-peak hours just to visit you and see Mayberry.
Okay, do it. Play some golf.
See the statue.
All right. Next question.
This one's from Sandy Red. Question for Around the Corn. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
No more complaining. No more go to the bathroom. There is no bathroom. To be or not to be? Not to be.
Okay, we got an actual question from Stama Osbuff. Question, who is going to win both the Money in the Bank matches in MITB?
So that's Money in the Bank. It's a WWE wrestling question. My guess is going to be that in the men's, it's going to be Samoa Joe, and in the female, it's going to be Ember Moon.
Who's Samoa Joe facing?
So it's a Money in the Bank match, and there's 8 of them. You have to climb up to the top of the ladder and grab the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. And so Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, one of the New Day, Rusev, Finn Balor, and Miz. So in total, there's 8 of them.
I'll go with Rude. I'm going with Rude.
I would put my money on the ladder.
I'm thinking it's going to be Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Awful.
No, Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Come on, that was a much better match.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be Macho Man, Randy Savage.
All are awful. And then in the women's, it's Lana, Charlotte, Alexa, Ember Moon, Becky, Natalia, Naomi, and Sasha. And I'm guessing Ember Moon is going to win.
Did Charlotte lose her belt?
Charlotte lost her belt to what's her name? Carmella, with the Money in the Bank from last year, and then defended her title at the last pay-per-view. So she is currently the champion and facing Asuka at Money in the Bank.
So who's the brown-headed girl? It starts with a B or something, maybe. I can't remember her name.
Brown-headed girl?
Yeah, Brittany, or like, where's a ponytail on the side of her head? I can't think of her name.
Oh, that's Bailey. The one that's hugging and with the floaty things in the air wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men when she
had Bailey. I like Bailey. She's cool. That's
Bailey. She did not qualify for the Money in the Bank.
Well, screw it. I'm going with Charlotte then. Because Ric Flair, woo!
Well, if Charlotte's playing, I'm still putting my money on the ladder.
Oh, the ladder, I have its turns.
Dude, the ladder is going to take it by surprise.
Anybody miss the Ultimate Warriors? Weren't they so good? Or Demolition back in the day, like the good days?
That's all, yeah.
It's old school.
They revived a lot of the WWE. I think they had a lull period for the past, I don't know, like maybe 3 years ago, they started to have a little bit of lull. And that's when Triple H started the whole NXT stuff. And NXT gained a lot of popularity. They brought more polished wrestlers into WWE. And it kind of created like a minor leagues that allowed them to grab people from TNA as well. And so they could have a bigger roster with the NXT show as well as Raw and SmackDown separating. So they've kind of expanded their talent pool and the quality has gotten better. So they've done a pretty nice revival, I think.
We need more bushwhackers.
Oh, yeah, the bushwhackers. The Hardy Boys.
Yeah, they're from North Carolina. I can dig them.
I know they are.
I can dig with them.
Come on.
Well, I like the blonde one, the brown-headed one. I never liked that much.
All right. Next question.
Revenator question: when is the Porg cookbook going to be published?
Well, I think Martha Stewart's doing it.
Snoop Dogg collaboration.
Yeah. Soon, TM.
It's called Pork in the Joint, just so you know.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a double meaning because of Martha Stewart and Snoop. You get it? Pork in the Joint.
That's science.
Star Wars story.
Pork in the Joint to Star Wars story.
You see Snoop Dogg in the cell with the pork. Hey, little man, what you doing up in here? I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Hizzy and the Pizzy, yo.
All right, next question.
Andrew Sweeney, question: if you could get rid of any character in the Star Wars cinematic universe other than Jar Jar, which would it be?
Crap. I can't say because it's a spoiler.
Yes,
Yeah. Our minds are connecting. Yep.
Young Anakin, because he was whiny.
Yeah.
But we couldn't have Darth Vader, but we couldn't have Darth Vader
Hey!
after that, so, you know.
Young Anakin wasn't too bad.
I don't want to see Darth Vader as a 6-year-old kid, okay? I just the way
Are you an angel?
And then you turn him into the biggest whiny
I'll try
teenager
spitting. That's a good
ever.
trick.
Yeah, but then we would never got pod racing.
Oh.
Or spinning.
Oh.
Vader was so much more amazing before I seen Christian Hayden as in episode 2.
Well,
come to think of it, I know what what character I'd get rid of. I'd get rid of Sand.
Oh, we need Sand. Sand plays a big role in Star Wars. Without Sand, there's no Vader.
I would get rid of Hulda.
Rose? Nobody said Rose Taco?
I think, despite the fact that I hate Rose, I think she serves a good purpose in terms of polarizing the people.
Holdo, yeah, they did her.
I didn't like
differently
Holdo's
than
character
she was in the books. I mean, I know she matured in a later period of time, but it's like,
At least Holdo was cute.
Oh, yeah.
Though, to be honest, we could have done without Snoke. We could have done without Snoke.
That's to be determined. We don't know yet.
They're going to come with the backstory, just like they did with Palpatine in the first 3 episodes, where in the original trilogy, you had no idea what the hell Palpatine really was.
Well, they kind of talked about him a little bit in A New Hope. Like,
yeah, but not
the Empire.
Yeah, it's not a lot though, right? You didn't know as much as after the first 3 came out. So I'm sure they're going to do something with Snoke, even if it's like a standalone film outside of the trilogy. They'll do something.
Yeah, get rid of Porgs. PM would love that.
Yeah, get rid of Ewoks.
Well, they couldn't have gotten rid of Porgs because remember the island that they filmed on was covered in puffins or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Porgs weren't even intended to be in the movie. So
all those Porgs were covering up puffins that were in the shots.
Yep. They were, they couldn't get rid of the puffins from the island, so they were unintended, and they turned them into cinematic gold.
All right.
And now you know.
Next question. Shut up.
Dana Descent. Question: what is everyone's favorite weapon, Star Wars or real life?
Ooh.
The size.
Both staff.
Who's the nunchuck so we can make some Ninja Turtles out of us?
See, I can go into detail about this one.
Listen, it's always been for me the lightsaber, a more elegant weapon for a more civilized time. You know, so.
Does brass knuckles count?
Sure.
I'll take those then. I like hand to hand, just with a little bit more oomph.
I'm trying to think of something from the Old Republic that I really like.
I have a better weapon that I like, but it's hard to find. Have you seen like a bladed comma? Bladed commas are cool.
Okay, I don't
weapons.
know if this is a Vibroblade Ranger. Maybe you can clarify it. But do you remember Corruptor Zero's sword?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Vibroblade or not? Because it had lightning running in between the blade.
I don't know what that was.
Because it wasn't a Vibroblade.
I think that was a Vibro sword.
But it had a literal stream of lightning running from the top of the blade to the bottom of the blade. And
with a shock enhancement.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because I remember in the pencil and paper role playing game, the vibro weapons, you could buy a little attachment that would run along the blade that pretty much shocked whoever you hit with it and stunned them. So that might be what his sword has on it.
Well, let me get a picture of it and let me link it in Skype, and then you guys can.
Paul Morgan says $2. Says no blue mill creature. Okay.
I think that's a good creature to get out of Star Wars. Think about it. That's a good one.
How you gonna get rid of something that's got 6 sets of tits? Come on, man.
Okay, well now we have direct opposition to that Paul Morgan from
All right.
See, my weapons, it would be a toss-up between the E11 and the DL44. And those are based off of real-world weapons, too. The E11's based off of a, let's see here, what was it, a Sterling submachine gun?
That's, no, the E11, I think it was the Sten. Modded Sten, maybe?
Sterling L3... L2A3, that was what it was. And everyone knows the DL44 as Han Solo's blaster, which is based off of the old German Mauser broom handle pistol.
What about Desert Eagle? They're bad. I love Desert Eagle.
I'd link the picture of the Corruptor Zero Blade, and
I think I'm going to say if I was to classify that one, I would say it's a Vibro Blade.
It just
that
lightning just throws it off for me.
Well, yeah, but I think it's just the stun factor and stuff that you can have with it. So,
but if I were to choose a real world weapon, probably a Desert Eagle. I actually own one of those, and it brings a smile to my face every time I shoot it.
God, they're beautiful, aren't they? Oh man, it's a piece of craftsmanship. Everybody should shoot a Desert Eagle at least 10 times in their life.
They're hard as hell. I don't really like them though. They're not very easy to conceal carry. And as you guys know, I'm walking around right now with, gosh, I don't even know.
An arsenal. Just say a goddamn arsenal, Grande. Be quiet.
I think I have 47 rounds of 9mm on me right now.
I think the first time you shoot a Desert Eagle, you're not going to be trying to conceal it anyway because you're opening holes in someone.
Well, yeah.
My lightsaber is more powerful than your Desert Eagle.
The one that I own, Chrome, is an actual 50 AE one.
Oh, sexy.
I win. I chose lightsaber. You guys are all heathens because I'll be like, my elegant weapon cuts yours and your hand off.
I mean, unless you saber toss it like Vader. The
God, yeah.
Lightsaber deflects all the bullets. Lightsaber wins. Next question.
He got me.
Okay, Nathaniel Miller, has Miss McVenom forgiven you for the hassling on this Wednesday stream?
What is there to forgive?
She'll be forgiven if she gets JTR in time.
Yeah.
And she'll be mocked mercilessly. She doesn't.
Yeah,
so, man, I got to tell you, if the third time around she don't get it, you're gonna have a bunch of people getting on her case, but she should be able to get it.
She'll get it. She's got it. I'm not even worried.
Yeah, she doesn't even have to buy a pack or anything. She's fine.
Yeah. We did the math.
So 2 full weeks before it even comes out, and then an additional week after it comes out.
There should be no problems. They're both 6 stars. She's well on her way, so she needs I think she needed 190 shards. So I mean,
that's easily
obtainable because she's doing the refreshes. So yeah, all right. Next question.
The rest are all Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes related.
Well, okay, let's do some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes question.
Bing wants to know what his next Zeta should be.
That's right. We didn't cover that. Well, we did a roster review from Finn, so
so Bing's is fine. Bing gets a.
Yeah, because he has asked 2 or 3 times because we get skipped.
I remember what he had.
So it was Mother Talzin or Saj Lead or a second Zeta on BB-8 and Jedi Training Ray.
What about
Scarred?
You guys go with Scarred, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying Asajj Ventress Lead because his guild is trying to go with Heroic Sith. So I would say Asajj Ventress Lead. So you can get your P4 team.
If you do the lead, you have to do the unique too. We're just talking about what's the one Zeta.
You don't need the unique. The unique helps, but I mean, you don't need it.
Yeah, it's not much for a raid Zeta, I guess, because he doesn't really need the auto tone in the raid, I don't guess.
In phase 4, when Scion is still around and summoning the ads, having Talzin's unique does help you get a lot of damage.
But he didn't ask about her unique. He asked about her lead. He was trying to figure out whether to do Talzin lead or Asajj lead.
Is Talzin even 7-star? I didn't see.
No, his Talzin is 6-star anyways.
Okay, yeah, but Asajj, you'd want Asajj lead before Towson's unique anyways.
No, unless you're doing Towson lead for other stuff, right? It just depends. If he's focusing only on heroic Sith, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, true.
But I would say double Veda Asajj first, with her lead being the main thing, if you're focusing primarily on heroic Sith, because they're good. If you're not focusing solely on that and your guild isn't going to get too far in your first attempt, then Scarred, I think, is a better choice.
He had JTR, correct? Then he had JTR, right?
Yeah, he has JTR already.
I know he said BB-8 that he does have.
He has
roll
the
with
lead
punches.
on Jedi Training Ray. Yeah, he was asking about the second Zeta on Jedi Training Ray, but those aren't needed. He
Does
has
he have
the
roll with the punches for BB-8?
Yep, he did.
Okay.
So he has the 2 critical ones for phase 1.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
R2's cleanse is always good for phase 1, but it's not necessary at all.
By the way, Dana, I'm near West Palm, Florida, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stama Ozbuff. Question: who is going to win the series? Cavs or Warriors? Cavs in 6 here.
God, the Cavs had that. If
The
J.R.
Cowboys.
Smith hadn't pulled that ball out, he just threw it back up when Hill missed that layup.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors
J.R.
are going
Smith
to win.
saved so many people from ridicule today. Just gotta say.
I'm still putting my money on the ladder.
Warriors are going to win.
Warriors in 5 is my guess.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys are going to win.
You shut your mouth. I'll take the ladder of the Cowboys. I'm with Ben Sealy.
Okay, so we have 1 for the Warriors, 1 for the Cavs, 1 for the Cowboys, and 2 for the ladder. Is that where we stand right now?
Well, Warriors/ladder. It depends on which one we're
Well, we
talking
haven't
about.
really delved into the whole Astros winning it all this year, so I mean, we can throw that in.
Yeah, the
there.
Astros are kicking some butt. I mean, your Astros are consistent. My Angels are not.
My Braves are terrible.
You know, speaking of that, everyone was wondering how you felt about the Warriors-Rocket series, Ranger. They thought you were going to be very upset.
Not really. I mean, we didn't have Chris Paul, and we just had one of those nights where it just was not the
Epically
Rockets.
bad shooting night.
Yeah, I mean, abnormally bad, because Houston has never shot like that. But I think it's just one of those games where, it was there for the Rockets. They were up at halftime. They just could not make threes. And I think it's just the way it goes. I mean, it's just like with anything in sports. It just comes down to, if you're off, you're off. It doesn't matter.
Last I'd seen, they'd missed 15 threes in a row.
Oh,
at one
it was
point.
27, I think. At
27
the
in
end.
a row.
Yeah.
God, I mean,
And
you
they
know,
just
I
couldn't.
don't-
And some were contested, but I mean, a lot of them were open. They just weren't dropping. I mean, making a three is not easy, guys. That's the reason why it's people that can do it are paid high sums of money. And they just couldn't make any. I mean, I did the math. If they just made 4 of those threes, they would have won the game.
Yeah, you're not being a local gym team missing that many shots.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you live and you die by the 3. So
But Chris Paul not being
game.
there really changed the dynamic of that.
Oh
game.
yeah, for sure, hands down.
Does anybody else hate Stephen Curry as much as me?
I don't hate Steph Curry at all.
I think
I
he's
can't
awesome,
stand
man.
him.
He's just it's the timing, and he's a great player. He's exciting to watch. So
His dad,
I can
like his
understand
dad.
though why you hate him. He's cocky as hell, but I kind of like that about him because he's a little guy that has that attitude. The only time I've seen that before, really, with a little guy was Iverson.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Westbrook.
Muggsy Bogues. I mean, Muggsy Bogues was good, but he didn't have that cockiness. And Westbrook is not that small. Westbrook is like 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah,
so he's not nearly as small. But Steph Curry is small, and I haven't seen that kind of attitude when you play, like that kind of cockiness and confidence with how you play since Iverson.
And he backs it up too. I mean,
for sure.
He just shoots it off foot. We get it 30 foot behind the 3-point line.
He's one of the best shooters
He's maybe the best shooter ever. Yeah, and he has his partner, who's probably the next two. Klay Thompson and Durant are probably the other 2 best shooters of all time. Durant, almost definitely at his size, is the best shooter, pure scorer of all time that I can remember.
I have no respect for Durant.
I don't give a crap about that. He's doing what he's got to do. LeBron, it's just a shame that dude, 51. I mean, God, he played that.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game.
Played out of his mind. He's played out of his mind this whole.
Can we just admit LeBron's the best next to Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, if he somehow pulls this,
he's getting there.
series out. I mean, to go to 8 straight finals, good. 9. Oh God.
I have a hard time with this. So the best comparison is always so freaking hard because
they're
of the
different
big men.
players. You know, Jordan
Exactly.
was more of a.
Jordan was a guard. LeBron is pretty much a forward.
Yeah.
And how can you compare him with Kareem with the skyhook that was like unstoppable?
Which
Well,
was a
Jordan,
center.
Jordan was in Space Jam, so I mean,
The most comparable would probably be Magic.
Jordan had more shoes.
Jordan
I think
still has
Newman
shoes
was a
coming out. He's
Space
like the
Jam too.
Tupac of shoes.
So Newman was in Space Jam too, but let's not give him any credit.
Freaking Infinity. Golly.
I
I
think,
know he's not
most
dead, but he's
people-
not playing ananymore, and he's still coming out with NBA shoes. He's Tupac of NBA shoes.
Well, LeBron's like a Steve Nash wrapped in a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type. He's like,
I think he's more. If you could compare him to anybody, it'd be Magic, wouldn't it? He could do everything, play every
Magic
position,
Johnson's
score
so-
everywhere,
Magic or
pass
Oscar
to
would be
everybody.
Comparisons.
Yeah, Magic Johnson's pretty
I mean,
amazing.
he's just
and
LeBron.
size too. Like size-wise,
LeBron's just a
LeBron was
he
similar in
is a
size
monster.
too.
I mean, LeBron
They can play every position.
I mean, LeBron is just ridiculous. I mean, that guy is. We take it for granted because we see him do it all the time. Just how ridiculous that guy is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is super retardedly good. It's not even fair. But the problem is the team around him is garbage. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
He's a pass first player, and he has no one to pass to. I mean, Kevin
well, he
Love's
does, but they don't
washing
make the
up.
shots. I mean, he you
Yeah.
know,
And let's be honest, if Boston had all their players, Cleveland wouldn't have made
no,
it.
if they had Gordon
Oh,
Hayward
yeah.
and,
Cleveland would've gotten crushed.
and
That was the
Kyrie
only reason
Irving,
they-
oh yeah, I mean, so
Gordon Hayward, yeah, man, they would have crushed them.
you know, so
Yeah, their coach is good. I like him when he came from Butler. He's a smart guy.
yes, he is.
Yeah, Brad Stevens,
He's
yeah,
a
he's a
hell of
great
good
coach.
When you take someone like Butler to the Final Four multiple times, to the
With that dude with the little wispy mustache, I can't remember his name, but good gracious.
Is that Grande?
What?
Everyone say goodbye to Grande.
I'm still here.
No,
Oh, I thought that was Graham.
No, that was Grim.
that was Graham.
Who
Oh,
asked
everyone
the
say goodbye to
question?
Graham.
Who asked the question, what do you think about the Red Wings winning the Super Bowl with a home run? I just want to smack. Oh,
what?
All right, next
what do you
question.
think about the Red Wings winning the Super Bowl with a home run?
I think that game's under protest right now.
I say
I'm
they're
a Lightning
safe.
fan.
I think that that's still in beta mode. They're still beta testing that.
I'm gonna quote Lois from Family Guy. Grim, hold on to that question, and I'm gonna tell you everything wrong with that sentence.
If the Red Wings would have shot that 3, they'd have won.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Paul Morgan just started $2 more. He said, "My dad can kick your dad's."
Well, thank you, Paul.
What if my dad was Chuck Norris?
Oh no, nobody. No.
His dad can kick all of our dads, apparently.
Unless your father is Bruce Lee. There you go.
Even Chuck Norris has kryptonite.
Well,
Mr.
did
Penny,
you know that? Did you know that Chuck Norris was in Star Wars? He played the Force.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, next question.
Mr. Pennyfinch, question for Ranger. Can you do Cozy Spoon impression? It's my fave.
I shook hands, super maze balls, being here talking about the heroes. The new characters of Super Balls amazing. Because you can spend money on them, and they're from the movies. It's amazing.
Is that Cozy or Marlon Wayans from White Chicks?
That is Cozy Spoo. Cozy Spoo.
Cozy Spoo.
Spoo. Oh,
Yeah.
never
Cozy
mind.
Spoo.
I had them mixed up. My apologies.
Well,
What's that cozy spoon?
And can we say Carrie's awesome while we're talking about Cozy for a minute?
I like
Carrie
that.
is awesome.
Carrie's
Straight up.
awesome.
Carrie is
Yeah,
awesome.
she sure is.
All right, next question.
Matthew Simpson, question. If you could be a master of any martial art, real or fictional, what would it be?
Terrace Kazi.
Damn it.
Krav
Listen,
Maga.
Krav Maga would be mine too.
Mine would be the fighting style from Kung Pao with
Yeah.
the tongue.
God.
Oh wait,
I'll
We
kill
trained
him.
safely like
I'll
Rick Flair.
kill him. I'll kill him.
the
dead.
fighting style from Pootie Tang.
We trained him all wrong. Safely's gonna be win.
That was my face to foot style. How'd you like it?
Either that or the pimp slap with baby powder.
I'm bleeding the most. Therefore, I'm the winner.
The face and fist style. I'm just picturing us training sanely with like wind blow, and he comes in like, I am the master, and like, ramming his face into people's fists.
I'm not Sweet Susie.
I've got people standing up. I'm a real man.
That movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love that movie. Have you not seen Kung Pao, Silo?
Oh no, I've seen it plenty of times. That's fucking hilarious.
That's an old movie.
Or Borat naked wrestling.
That's because if I naked wrestled someone, I'd have to grab their crop.
Well, you are in prison, so.
Oh man, Grande.
All right, next question.
There's no more questions.
All right, well, that's perfect timing because it's time to end the stream. So, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Really appreciate you being here. If you like what you see, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and supports us. Give us a thumbs up. Spread the word. Get your friends out here to play Star Wars Galaxy Heroes to watch our streams. Leave comments. We always like feedback. Just make sure it's constructive. Remember, tomorrow is the Jedi Academy from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then we'll have the Mature Channel stuff tomorrow night as well. I don't think we have any Battlefront stuff going on. You got to work today, right, V?
Right. Plus, the game is like buggy as hell. So
yeah, we lost levels on our characters and all kinds of so.
What?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Yeah, people. They basically
salt in a wound in that game.
They basically took everyone's credits, customizations, unlocks, and levels, put it all in a jar, and shook it real hard. So there's some people that have stuff unlocked that they never have unlocked before, and some people lost levels, and it's just it's a cluster.
Dude,
what?
Like they can't win for losing with that game. I mean, it's like,
oh man,
they can't win for. I mean, you know what? No wonder Ranger doesn't rant anymore. He's got plenty to rant about in freaking Battlefront 2.
It's
that's science.
That's a mad science, yo.
Yeah. If you think Capital Games is bad at games,
EA with Battlefront is by far just a dumpster fire. You know, the game itself, just so the basics, the look of it, the sound, all of it, great. The rest of it that goes along with it is just a big pile of garbage. I mean, just awful. There's no way else around it. Their communication's awful. They don't have a plan of execution. I don't know what they're trying to do. And it's sad because the actual game play itself is really fun. I mean, me and V have a lot of fun playing that game. But the other stuff that comes with it, the new content, just all kinds of crap. It's brutally bad. So,
unfortunately, that's typical EA.
Yeah, it's EA, and they're going to pay the price.
It's not surprising.
People have already spoken about Solo movie, which I think is a great movie. I thought it was really good. Not the best, but it was really good. But the reason it just support the box office, fans are starting to reject a lot of this crap that's coming out from Disney and the way they're taking. There's a lot of backlash from Last Jedi. You're going to start seeing that with the games because people are not going to put up with it. You know, if you get
Ranger, do you have time after the stream?
Do
you want to do a spoiler warned review of Han Solo?
I don't really have time right after the stream, but maybe we can do it a little bit later.
Okay, so guys, keep an eye out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. A lot of people want to talk about the movie, and let's be honest, it's kind of known now in the news that there's like low reviews. Not low reviews, but low... what's the word? They haven't made as much money as they thought they were going to.
Yeah, the box office sales. Box office sales, which is...
Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss about it. We don't want to do spoilers on these kind of public ones, but we'll make a special stream that we'll put with the spoiler warning so we can discuss it.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we'll go live.
Yeah.
Also, for those of you with swgoh questions, Sanely has been collecting them. When we do Jedi Academy tomorrow, we'll prioritize the questions that come into chat first. But if we have time, we will also answer your questions there. But if you're there for Jedi Academy and you ask them again, then we will have it there as well. So check it out tomorrow.
All right. All right. So stay tuned for that. I just got to get some stuff done real quick, and then we can do that, Finn. So stay tuned for that. On behalf of myself and the crew, thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it.
Can I do a quick shout out? Just quick shout out to my friend Josiah and his family. His wife and kids. Just want to say hey.
All right. All right, that being said, thank you guys for stopping by. We really appreciate it. And we will see you on the next stream. Peace.